Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV travel vlog, still coming to you from Mallorca. Now yesterday I didn't vlog anything because simply nothing exciting happened yesterday. But today we have the first of our longer rides ahead of us. We have 120 kilometers planned with about I think 5 or 6 climbs in them. So it's the first time we're gonna be away for longer than I think 4 hours. It's a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. In contrary to yesterday, it was quite clouded in the morning, but eventually the sun broke through. But now it's a clear blue sky. I think it's the perfect weather to ride. So I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna depart. And here we are back, and I have a little story time to tell about the ride that I did today. Not about today, but about last year. Last year, when I was also here, I also did this ride, and it was quite the adventure. Now I can talk about it and kind of laugh with it, but last year it was I was more crying than I was laughing. So last year, when I was also here, I did the same ride, but in the morning it was very clouded and it was drizzling a bit, a little bit raining. But I thought, hey, this is Mallorca. It's always good weather here. This won't last. It will be like in a few hours it will clear out and the sun will be here again. So I departed anyway. Unfortunately, it didn't clear out that day. It just kept on raining and raining and raining the entire goddamn day, and it was so fucking cold. The day before, when I was riding, the feeling temperature on my bike computer was 27 degrees, and that day it was 7 degrees. So it was really fucking cold. So when I was descending towards the final climb that I had to do that day, I crashed. I fell because of the wet road surface. Nothing major, a little bit of bruises, but nothing that stopped me from continuing. So I just continued until I got to the bottom of the final climb, and I discovered that I couldn't shift into my biggest gears anymore in the rear. Like probably can't see it, but here, the rear derailleur, when they are electronic, like with this bike and with the bike that I had last year, they're quite sensitive. And when in that crash, it seems that it got kind of that it had a, how do you call it in English? Damn it. A knock, that it knocked against the road surface, and it was not working properly anymore. So I couldn't shift into my biggest gears anymore, which I needed to get over that final climb. Because at that time I was really tired, I was cold, I was completely soaked. So I really needed those final gears to get over that climb. But I couldn't anymore, I couldn't shift into it anymore. So what I had to do was I had to call my mother. She had to grab a cab to come and get me. So that was already embarrassing enough. But the problem was, where I was standing was about, I think, a good 30 kilometers from the hotel, from here where we are staying. And it's for her to get a cab and to get over there. I think I stood there at least 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I don't know anymore, because time seemed to go so slow, because I was standing there in the rain, in the wind. I was so cold, and honestly, it was the closest that I ever got to a mental breakdown. It was really, my mother told me, because I couldn't see, of course, but when she finally got there and she saw me, she she later told me that my lips, they were literally blue. They were seeing blue. I was that cold. I think it was like the coldest that I have ever been, but I was completely soaked there, standing in the wind, in the rain. And honestly, when I saw her, something cracked, and I literally started crying when I saw her, because I'm honest, that was the closest that I ever got to a mental breakdown. So then we had to like get the cab, take the cab back to the hotel. It was quite pricey. I think it was like 80 euros, 85 euros. But then, phew, I stood in the shower for a very long time, then got in the bed, and it took a very long time for me to warm up again. So that was a little bit of a story time. But nothing of that today. It was like still today it's super sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. It was very nice temperatures to ride in. So, but that was a very memorable ride, especially when I passed the tree where where I was standing under for like that half an hour. When I passed that, that was quite a memorable moment. So, but that was it for today. Now, tomorrow or the day after that, it depends on the weather conditions, because some weather conditions give good weather for tomorrow, and others give a higher chance of rain for tomorrow. And after last year, I don't go out anymore when they give chance on rain. So tomorrow or the day after that, we're going to ride to the highest point of the island, to the longest climb, which I have never done before for several reasons. Last year I was going to do it on my final ride, but because of the whole thing the day before, I never departed the day after. But that is planned for tomorrow or the day after. So that was it for this vlog. So I will see you all tomorrow or the day after.